have moved into a new space or you're just looking to spruce up an old one, how can you make it look like $1 million without breaking the bank? Joining us right now are Carson, Kressley, and Thom, Filicia. Of course, you've got to recognize them from Bravo's Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and so many other projects that they've done. Well, get this. Now they have teamed up for Bravo's new home design show. It's called Get a Room. And guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're psyched to be here.
Everything you do comes with a very great appeal. I love even the name of the show that's out there, and I need your help very badly.
Okay,
now
tell us how we can
What
help.
do you need to do?
Look, I am like everybody else who is out there who is stuck in a position where I'm just moving through life. I have rooms that we moved in, we renovated, we did stuff, and now I've done nothing, and it's been years.
I think the design part, you know, the architectural renovation is maybe a little bit more. There's a little bit more sort of by the book.
You can sort of guides. There are people who kind of walk you through this.
That kind of walk you through it. And then when it becomes the sort of design part in terms of like what we do on our show, that's really about your personality, your sensibility, your aesthetic,
your style.
And it becomes very personal, and people start to they almost become paralyzed.
Well, here's my problem. I don't know what my style is.
Right.
Help me.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't know what your style is in great ways. I mean, Thom had a fantastic show called Dress My Nest, where he actually took people into their closets and said, this is a great way to find kind of style cues that might be your style. If everything is roughly and floral and kind of bohemian, then you might want a shabby chic kind of vibe.
And that was kind of pre-Pinterest, you know. Now there's all these great.
That was in 1947, wasn't
that was
it?
Back, yeah. The wheel was just invented.
A lot of chintz.
Early in my career, but you know, now with Pinterest and other apps like that, you can create these sort of vision boards, if you will, that sort of tell your story and
just
things that you
flipping
feel.
through, and I like the way this looks, and I like the way this looks, and find a theme.
If you use that heart feature and you start liking things, whether it's on a design
it starts bringing ideas
retailer's site or even a Pinterest, you'll eventually start to see a through line, and you'll be like, wow, I'm kind of like, my vibe is like equestrian chic or boho.
I think that might be yours.
Yeah, that might be mine.
Tell me, what are the biggest mistakes that people make when they actually go in to start designing a room?
Right. You know, and I've done this too, and this is kind of how the show kind of you know, came to be, is that I bought a house in Pennsylvania. I've always lived in New York, so I was used to, you know, designing one room is pretty easy. Like, you put all your stuff in there, and there's nothing more you can do. I was like, I have my bed and my table, I'm good. But when I was designing a larger space, I was like, I can do this. This will be easy. And I just bought stuff that I liked. But I didn't have a plan, so I had a bunch of stuff that didn't really relate, and rooms that kind of didn't feel connected. So I think that's what I've learned from Thom on the show, is have an overall plan that you can follow as a roadmap.
I think a really great way to do it is to understand the location of where you are, the architecture, like what you're dealing with. Also understand your lifestyle, your point of view, how you want to use the space, how you entertain and live, and then you start connecting those dots. So you look kind of inward, you know, you look at yourself and your architecture and your own point of view, and that should be your springboard.
It's like when people were all doing Santa Fe, like in the 80s, and it's like, but wait, you live in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. This is weird.
Well, I think that's when people become thematic, and they think like, oh, I want to have sort of like, you know, a French chateau. It's like, you might like things that sort of lean in that direction, that have that aesthetic, but that's not really like you live in a suburb of, you know, let's say, you know, Boston.
And your house might be a colonial.
Your house is colonial.
Probably isn't going to work with your architecture.
Gentlemen, thank you. This has been therapy for me. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Well, thank you.
That's $175.
My producer will pay you.
Okay,
Carson, Thom, thank you guys both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to talk with you.
By the way, you can catch them on Get a Room. It's on Bravo on Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.